All right, here we go. Trimester 2, third of the way through your freshman year. Super exciting. Before we jump into trimester 2, though, we need to talk a little bit about wrapping up trimester 1 as far as grades go. So, similar to last spring, you guys didn't experience this, but we gave our students the option to get a P for a letter grade. And I'm going to explain what that is and what you need to do. And you'd have to do this for all of the classes that you'd like to change your letter grade to a P. Okay, so a P is what you would get on your transcript. It would show up honors or science P or whatever course you choose. And what that does is it gives you the credit for that trimester. And that's really important because you need to earn credits to stay on track to graduate. If you would get a failing grade or no credit or something like that, you would be behind as far as graduation goes, and that's when you have to start making stuff up. That's not what a P is. Okay, a P gives you the credit for this class. What it doesn't do is that it has no impact whatsoever on your GPA. So let's say, for honors, earth science, or a different class, you tried really hard, but distance learning was just giving you a hard time, and you felt you could have done better than what your letter grade in Schoology shows up as. And you're worried that that letter grade is going to negatively impact your GPA and potential scholarships or getting into a college or whatever the case is. What you can do is you can ask for a P. You'll get the credit, and you will not be penalized whatsoever for the grade that you earned in Schoology. Instead, it would just show up as a P. Okay. If you have more questions about like what a P is and what it does and stuff like that, you can talk to me. You can talk to your counselor. It's a great conversation to have with your parents. Okay. But you do have to tell me and tell all of your other teachers for each of your individual classes if that's what you want. Okay, so to do that, what you're going to do is you're just going to go to our trimester 1 course, okay, and your trimester 1 honors earth science class and your trimester 2 is going to show up. So make sure you're looking for the icon for trimester 1, and it's going to show up right here. Okay, it says click here to replace your letter grade with a P. Okay, when I open that up, it's going to give you this. Okay, you need to read through it all and kind of think about your choice here. Okay, this does not apply to people that didn't earn credit. Okay, just for those that aren't happy with their passing letter grade. Okay, you do have a window here. Okay, this is going to open up for you on the 9th at 3 p.m. and you'll have until the 11th at 3 p.m. to go in here and let me know you'd like a P. If you're happy with your grade and you don't want to change it or anything like that, then don't go in here, okay? Because there's only one option as far as the question, okay? The question goes. So read through this. You can look at it. It won't let you do anything until the 9th, okay? But, have those conversations. Talk to the people that you need to, me, your parents, counselor, stuff like that. Okay, but I just wanted to make sure we wrap that up for trimester 1. Okay. Otherwise, in your courses, you can kind of see I've got a ton of them now because both my trimester 1 and trimester 2 are here, and that's going to be there for a little while. Okay, so I'm going to go to my trimester 2, the Honors Earth Science B. Okay, and we're going to take a look at our weekly plan. Okay, I've already opened this up. All right, so here we are, trimester 2, and I filled this thing out until winter break. Okay, because I wanted you to kind of see where we're going and kind of prepare and mentally get yourself ready for what's coming up. So last week we spent a lot of time kind of going through and discussing the explain part. Okay, you had your textbook, you went through it, you answered the questions, we talked through a lot of different things. So you really should have a good handle on all of those concepts in that reading. If you don't, I highly recommend coming to my office hours from 1 to 3 every single day. Stop in on Wednesdays for help. Okay, because of what's coming up here in just a little bit. Okay, this week we are getting into something called Elaborate, where we kind of discuss a couple of different topics in greater detail and kind of expand on our knowledge a little bit. Okay. So there are 2 activities for you guys to do this week. You have Monday and Tuesday for the first activity, and then you have Thursday and Friday for the second activity. So I'll talk through those in just a second. The due dates are there. Okay, you've got the Science Today, the Hawaii Telescope article and questions. That's due Tuesday night, 11:59 p.m. And then the Reading Science, the Star Life Cycle article and questions, that is due Friday at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so 2 things due Tuesday and Friday. Okay, and I'll kind of walk you through those here in just a second. Looking ahead, next week we are going to spend Monday and Tuesday kind of reviewing, discussing, figuring out if there's any questions, going through things that you don't understand, kind of that intervention, remediation kind of a thing. You're going to wrap up those graphic organizers. And Monday and Tuesday are really important days because they're going to help prepare you for an assessment that's going to come up Thursday and Friday of next week. Okay, so we'll get there. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, but just understand that you're going to have an assessment coming up next week, Thursday, Friday. Okay, and something a little bit different because of how this trimester is going to work, and because we're moving from trimester 1 to trimester 2 with astronomy is kind of overlapping a little bit. The 2 days before winter break are going to be days for you to get points back or to move towards mastery on that assessment. And those are going to be the only 2 days that you have to bump yourself up. After that, astronomy is over, and we're not going to give you any time to improve those scores. So really important that you do well, first of all, on the assessment, and then also very important that you take advantage of the Monday, Tuesday before break to boost yourself up as far as you can go. Okay, so that is the schedule for the week. All right. One thing that I wanted to kind of show you to help with a little bit of that kind of getting ready for that assessment is in our astronomy unit folder. You'll see we have all of them from trimester 1. I wanted to make sure you guys had that. If I go to the explain folder, I have a link to an answer key for the reading. Okay, so first of all, what you should see is, all my highlights and stuff like that. But also down here at the very end, I filled in and answered all of the questions. Okay, so use this to your advantage. Okay, if you have any questions about it, let me know. But I wanted to make sure that you knew that answer key is in the explain folder. Okay. The Elaborate folder is open. There are 2 things in there. There's the Science Today, the Hawaii Telescope, and then the Star Life Cycle Reading Science. Okay, so in the upcoming, both of these are going to be very similar as far as directions go. There's an attachment. You're going to take that attachment, send it over to Notability, because you're going to be doing what we did with the textbook. You're going to be highlighting any definitions that you see. You're going to be underlining key concepts, and then you're going to be putting question marks where you don't understand something or if you'd like to ask a question. Okay. At the end, there are questions to answer. Make sure you answer those in complete detail. And then I want you to turn in the entire Notability file so that I can see your active reading strategies, the highlighting, underlining, all that stuff. And then I'd also like to see your answers. Okay. So when we open up the attachment, what we're practicing is this idea of reading what's in the news. Okay. So there's a lot of science news things. This one is going to run you through not only some astronomy, but some interesting cultural aspects of how science and culture can clash sometimes. Okay, so you're just going to read through the 2 pages. It's not a very long article, and then you've got a couple of questions to answer. Okay, they're short answers, so again, make sure you explain in great detail. Okay. And then the other assignment, which is due on Friday, really goes into some great detail when it comes to the star life cycle. Okay, and it's the exact same process. You'll open up the attachment, you'll read through it, do those active reading strategies, and then there are some, I think, multiple choice questions at the end, so a little bit easier. Okay, and that will take you through the week. Okay. Again, if you have any questions or anything like that, make sure you let me know. And we'll see you this week.